Imagine this, a perfectly normal Saturday. The hum of a lawnmower, the smell of freshly cut grass. That's what Noah was experiencing, a picture of suburban bliss, until his eyes caught something utterly alien, shimmering in the sun, right there in his own backyard. It was a bubble, but not just any bubble. This one was pulsating, iridescent, and far too large to be natural. Noah killed the engine, the sudden silence amplifying the strange, low thrum he now realized was coming from the anomaly. It was about the size of a bowling ball, sitting nestled in the thickest part of his lawn, glowing with an otherworldly light, shifting through a spectrum of greens and purples. A chill, unrelated to the mild spring air, snaked up his spine. His first instinct was curiosity, a primal urge to understand this bizarre intrusion into his mundane world. He took a hesitant step closer, then another, his heart beginning to pound a frantic rhythm against his ribs. As he got nearer, the bubble's surface seemed to ripple, almost like liquid metal, reflecting the world around it in distorted, unsettling ways. He could hear it now, a faint, rhythmic thump-thump from within, like a slow, deliberate heartbeat. It wasn't just a bubble. It felt alive. He reached out a trembling hand, stopping just inches away, feeling an inexplicable warmth radiating from it, a warmth that felt wrong. It was too perfect, too symmetrical, too alien for his familiar garden. He wondered if it was some kind of strange fungus, or perhaps a meteor impact, though there was no crater, no scorch marks. Just this impossibly perfect, shimmering sphere. Suddenly, without warning, a hairline crack spiderwebbed across its surface. The rhythmic thumping intensified, growing louder, faster, more frantic. Noah instinctively recoiled, stumbling backwards as the bubble began to vibrate violently. The iridescent skin stretched, thinned, and then, with a wet, sickening pop, it burst. A cloud of thick, phosphorescent mist erupted, smelling faintly of ozone and something metallic, something utterly unknown. As the mist began to dissipate, slowly revealing what had been contained within, Noah's breath hitched. It wasn't a rock, or a plant, or even an animal he recognized. From the remnants of the shimmering shell, something began to unfurl. It was dark, chitinous, with multiple spindly limbs that seemed to unfold with an unnerving grace. Two large, multifaceted eyes, glowing with a faint internal light, swiveled slowly, fixing directly on Noah. It was roughly the size of a small dog, but its movements were fluid, insect-like, yet with an intelligence that sent a shiver of primal fear through him. A low clicking sound emanated from it, a sound that seemed to vibrate in his very bones. Noah didn't think, he reacted. A scream tore from his throat, raw and involuntary. He turned and sprinted, tripping over his own feet, not daring to look back. The image of those glowing eyes burned into his retina. He burst into his house, slamming the back door shut, fumbling with the lock, his hands shaking so violently he could barely grasp the handle. He leaned against the door, panting, heart hammering, trying to rationalize what he had seen. It was impossible. A hallucination. A trick of the light, anything but real. He grabbed his phone, his fingers fumbling as he dialed Emily, his best friend. "Emily, you won't believe what just happened," he gasped, trying to keep his voice steady, failing miserably. "There was this bubble in my backyard, and something came out of it. Something not from here." Emily, ever the pragmatist, listened patiently, then chuckled. "Noah, did you hit your head? Or maybe you've been watching too many sci-fi movies again." He insisted, his voice cracking with genuine terror. "No, Emily, I swear, it was real. You have to come over, please. Just come and see for yourself." An hour later, Emily's car pulled into the driveway. She walked in, a skeptical smile on her face. "All right, alien hunter, where's this backyard monster?" she teased. Noah, still pale and visibly shaken, led her cautiously towards the back door. "It was right there," he whispered, pointing to the spot where the bubble had been. The grass was disturbed, a faint iridescent residue clinging to the blades, shimmering faintly in the afternoon sun. Emily's smile faltered. Okay, that's weird. They stepped outside, Noah clutching a garden hoe like a weapon, Emily holding her phone ready to record. The spot was empty. The creature was gone. But then Emily pointed. Noah, look! Trailing from the disturbed grass, leading towards the dense tree line at the edge of Noah's property, was a faint, glistening trail, like dried slime, shimmering with that same otherworldly iridescence as the bubble. The trail led them deeper into the woods, the air growing colder, the silence more profound. They found another bubble, smaller this time, pulsing faintly at the base of an old oak tree. And then another, and another, scattered amongst the undergrowth, each one glowing with that same unsettling light. This wasn't just one anomaly. It was a burgeoning infestation. The clicking sound, faint at first, then growing louder, echoed through the trees. It wasn't just one creature either. They were surrounded. Noah and Emily exchanged a terrified glance. This wasn't a prank or a hallucination. This was real, and it was spreading. What were these things? Where did they come from? And what did they want? The clicking grew louder, closer, the glowing eyes of unseen entities beginning to pierce the shadows of the forest. The suburb was no longer safe. The world was about to change. And it all began with one strange bubble in the grass.